Let us look at retain items selected from the data source. Under this, number of items retained per field. This will be generally selected as automatic. Now let us see what does this mean and how can we make use of this one. I'm just closing this one. Now have some categories over here. You can see all my categories over here. Now out of these categories I have a category called action. Now I'm moving on to my source table. This is my source table. I have selected the category called action. Now I'm changing the category from action to action 1. See, now I have changed my category name from action to action 1. Let us move over here. Still the action is available over here. Now let us refresh our data. I am clicking on refresh. So now my intention is to see only action 1 under filters. See, if you observe over here, both action and action 1 is available, but is action 1 is available in our original table? No. Is action is available? No, not action 1. Action 1 is available, but action is not available because we have already renamed action as action 1, but the same is available under my filters. See, both action and action 1 is available. How can I eliminate this? So let us go to options, data, and none. If I select none and click OK, then refresh, let us go and check whether that action is available. See, there is no action, only action 1 is available. This is how we can use that function. The last one is called alter text. If you want to give some details about your pivot table so that it will help the other users to know what about this pivot table and how it is working, the detail of your pivot table, title of your pivot table, so this can be helpful for the other users to know or to understand about the table which you are trying to show them. The options will work. Now we have already seen this one, so we are working on active field is category. If you change this field, you can see active field is sum of the total. So this is basically shows the fields field name. Options we have seen. This is pivot table name. We can also rename the pivot table name based on your requirement. Now we have seen collapse and expand field and expand entire field and collapse entire field. Group selection and ungroup selection we have already seen. If you want to group these three and group selection, you can group this one like this. However, you can also ungroup like this. A to Z sorting or Z to A sorting, you can click on this one, or Z to A sorting, it will be sorted like this, or you can also go with different options under sorting like this. More options can also be available over here. You can go like this, sort order. All your custom lists will also be available over here. See, based on your custom lists, you can also sort your data low, high, medium, critical. However, low, high, medium, critical are not available over here. This cannot be useful for you. So based on your custom lists, you can also go by sorting. Insert slicer we have already observed. Refresh, we have known that. Change data source. If you want to change the data source from this existing data source, you can also change the data source. You can give reference. However, there is no data source over here other than this one. I am not giving any reference. So you can directly change the data source here by selecting like this. If your data source is here, you can select and click OK. Now if you click OK, your data source is selected like this. See, your data source has been selected from J5 to N16. However, I don't want to go with this one, but this is as this is blank. Click cancel. Like this, you can also change your data source on the fly. Clear. If you want to clear all, you can clear entire pivot table, but not the filters. Let us see. Let us add some filter for this. I am adding filters from here. Click OK. Now filter has been added to category. Clear. Clear all. Yes. We are able to clear not only the filters but also pivot table. It means it will clear entire pivot table including the filters. Yes, we can clear filters also under clear all. If you click on clear filters, it will clear only the filters. Clear. Now select entire pivot table or enable selection. See, for example, like this. If I want to select entire pivot table, I can select like this. See, it enables the selection. Now move pivot table. If I want to move my pivot table to one more new sheet or existing worksheet, I can also move my pivot table. If I click new sheet and click OK, I can move my pivot table to new sheet. See, I am able to move my pivot table to sheet 9. Earlier it is in sheet 8. Clear. Next, summarize by values. How do you want to show these values? How do you want to show whether it is sum or count? If you change count, it has been changed to count. If you change to minimum maximum, it will be go with maximum and minimum values like this. However, I would like to go with sum. This will show based on the total values. Show value as percentage. Say for example, percentage of grand total. So this is the value of grand total. If I want to show this value as the percentage of this grand total, I can see. Make sure this is 100%. If this is 100%, what is this value? This is 15%. Like this, you can also show the values. Fields and items, which we have already observed, calculated field, calculated item, and so on. Now, no calculation, that's fine for me. Now, the very important feature is pivot table chart. You can also directly generate a chart from pivot table. If I click OK, click on chart, if I select, however, we are going to in details and depth of charts in my next slides. For now, I'm just using any one of the column charts over here. I'm selecting the column charts and click OK. Now I'm able to generate a chart with a single click based on the pivot table. See, like this, we can also generate a chart.